Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another Retro Achievement recap. For those that don't know, I do these recaps of a recent mastery that I did on Retro Achievements. So today I'm going to be doing the Atari game TAZ, otherwise known as Tazmanian Devil. This was released back in 1983. This game has 22 achievements associated with it. It has a ratio of 1.7, which is not too bad at all. I think I got this whole mastery done in about 2 hours or so, maybe even less. So if you're looking for an easy mastery or one that is really fun, this one is the game for you. This is a lot of fun to play, actually. I had a lot of fun with this one. It's quick and it's easy. The gameplay loop is pretty simple. It's more about timing and reflexes than anything else when you get to the higher waves, but we'll get into that. I'm going to go ahead and start playing my 189,000K run, so you can see what it's like to get the high score. If you get this high score, you can basically get just about every single achievement on the game. So gameplay starts basic. You are a Tasmanian devil. You are basically a tornado because you're spinning the entire time. There's these different lanes. What you're trying to do is eat all the food. I guess you're a hungry Tasmanian devil and you're going to try to eat up hamburgers, and there's root beer, ice cream. They say fudgesicles. I say they're pudding pops, but there's a whole bunch of different food items that you can get, and the score ramps up as you go along. So there's also dynamite coming across the screen, and you don't want to hit the dynamite. That will kill you, and you get 3 guys to start, just like most Atari games. And you start out slow, so you can see here by the gameplay that right now I'm just kind of moving around, grabbing every single hamburger that I can, or any food item that I can. Eventually, at some point, the hamburgers will turn into a different food item. So right there is when they turned into root beer. I think they look like real beer to me, like maybe a nice ale, maybe a brown ale or something. But you grab those and you get 100 points from those now. So the points are starting to increase. The speed starts to increase. Right now, you really have not too much to worry about. The whole difficulty in this game is the control scheme. It's made for the joystick, and I can't even using the joystick is so hard on this, because if you click up, you'll tend to go up 2 or 3 lanes. Sometimes it won't go up at all. So I don't know who designed the control scheme on this and how it's supposed to work, but I found it to be very finicky, and it can be very obnoxious and annoying at times when you're trying to get within a lane and it just goes up or doesn't go up at all. So just be aware that the controls on this are pretty bad. You have to kind of get into the rhythm of how this game works, more than the actual pinpoint controls. Overall, I did like the colors in this game and the fact that there was not really any flickering. The gameplay's fast. You can get a game done. Obviously you can go much higher scores than I did, but most games are going to be around 10 to 15 minutes, which is a pretty good game loop. You don't have to be sucked into it for so long. Like any other Atari game, it'll ramp way up like it always does. Now we're onto the ice cream cones right now. You can see that we're at 200 each. You also get an extra guy at 10,000, and then 30,000, 50,000, 60, 80,000, 110, 150, and then every 40,000 points thereafter. So you can keep ramping up and getting multiple guys. And they do store, unlike other Atari games where you may only get 3 guys at a time. This one will ramp up to, you'll just keep getting it. So even if you have 4 guys, it won't show. I think you can, I don't know how many you can get up to, but when I would die, it wouldn't take away any of those 3 indicators at the bottom. So, and I accumulated, I think, 4 or 5 different guys on this run. But now we're on to the fudgesicles / pudding pops. These guys are kind of hard to see and recognize versus the dynamite, and that's where I ran into some problems, was going against the dynamite. Now we've gone into the craze wave, and this is where the game really ramps up. This is where most Atari games, they'd love to do this to you, where 1 minute you're just cruising along having a great time, and then next minute you are in full chaos, everything's super fast, and it kind of freaks you out and gets you all razzled. Here I'll try to stay calm and stay in the middle. Some pointers I have for these faster waves. Don't hit the dynamite. That's one pointer. But stay in the middle and kind of just go up and down as much as you can, without like going for too many lanes at once. I try to look ahead and see if I can plan ahead. Is if you stay in one lane and you get that apple, like we got the apple core there, you can see those 400s are just sitting there in the lane. When they're sitting in their lane, nothing will spawn in that lane. So it's kind of like a free lane where you can kind of hang out. So the strategy I used was kind of just stay in those lanes, look for the next lane with the apple, and then try to get to that lane, grab that apple, and then kind of hang out there. And you get faster and faster at that as you go. And obviously the more apples you grab, the more lanes that are not going to have bombs coming out of them. So it makes it a little bit easier. So it's actually more beneficial to grab as many apples as you can, to kind of free up those lanes so you can get around easier. So now we are at turnip wave, after craze wave. That's one of the achievements you'll get for that, is passing that wave, and staying alive during that wave. You'll get to this turnip wave. It's another achievement. All the items, the food items, are going to be in a different achievement. So you're going to have to get to at least the end item, which is the sundae. But these are worth 500 now, so we're going to be getting extra guys a little bit faster, and we're going to be getting points much quicker. So you can see our points are going up, and I'm trying to grab as many turnips as I can, just going up and down, staying towards the middle. Try to go up a lane. You know, now I'm sitting in that lane waiting, and then going up and grabbing those and staying in that lane. So stay in the lane after you get it, and that way the dynamite won't hit you, and you can kind of plan your next line of attack. So now we're up to about 73,000. This game is a lot of fun. There's at the end there is a surprise item. The surprise item is, I won't tell you what it is unless you want to unlock it, but it takes 525,000 points. Even getting to 189,000 for me was difficult, just because the speed is so fast and the controls were so wonky that by the time you get to 500,000, I don't even know how some people are going to do that. Assume you could just get more extra guys. The points never go up higher than 500 either. So it actually makes it more difficult, because you're only getting extra guys every 40,000 versus every 30,000 earlier. So you're getting the guys less frequently, and it's still as fast as it is, and the controls are still wonky. So it's still a really hard game to play. But that's what kind of makes it fun, is going for high scores. And once you get to 100,000 here, like I just passed 100,000, that is the achievement. And then you get right around 100,000 is where you're going to switch over to this sundae wave. And this was the very last achievement that I got for this mastery. You just get to this wave, grab the sundae, and then you're basically should have the mastery by that point. Here I just keep going because I'm trying to get the highest score possible, just for the leaderboard's sake. I wasn't going for the mastery here. I was just wanted to play one or two extra games and see if I can get the highest score I could, and kind of show the gameplay of how it is when it gets faster. So after the sundae wave, you actually repeat the whole entire waves over again. They stay at the same speed, but it's just as wonky and crazy as it is on the sundae wave. They just keep adding more and more waves of the same materials. So the only time you get that surprise item is when you get to 525,000, which, like I said, that'll take a while, and I don't think I'll ever try to go for that. Just knowing that I got the mastery on this and worked hard to get kind of 189,000, I'm probably not going to go much higher than that. I think I'm going to move on to some other games and have fun. But I really enjoyed this game. For those that don't know, Taz was a Looney Tunes character. He only had like 5 shorts total episodes to himself. So it's kind of one of those Looney Tune characters that I'm surprised they even made a game for him. But it's still a very interesting game, and it's a lot of fun to play. So I'm just going to let this gameplay play out, and I hope you enjoyed the guide. and enjoy the rest of the video. And I really appreciate you watching. Thanks for watching.